Welcome to Beyond Words. This is lesson number 1. We are going to be working on backgrounds today, preparing our pages. This is an old journal I have. It has very hard cardboard covers. I've already washed quite a few pages in here. I have glued the pages together 2 by 2 because this is pretty flimsy paper. It doesn't hold up too well to water, and so in case I'm doing something serious, I thought I might like some double pages. So here's a blank page, and I'd like to demonstrate what we have. First, let me show you what's on my art table. I have here some pens, paper towels. There are some paint. I have a box over here of stencils and stamp making equipment, brushes, water. I have craft paint, acrylic craft paint, and I also have watercolors. Some of you might be familiar with the old school watercolor box, where you have these little round pans of color. You can see mine are pretty well used up. That's one thing to you. The other thing you might be familiar with is tube watercolors. This is a little kit that my daughter bought me at the dollar store, and it comes with this cute little mixing pan, so I'm going to use that. And everything at the dollar store is $1. Even this set of watercolors, which is 93 cents from Walmart. If you're familiar with another kind, this is a rather fancy set that I got from my family for Christmas, and if I can get it open. Well, it's a complete watercolor set for traveling, and it is all these really nice colors and a brush, and you mix your pan here. That's $15. You can see I have not really used it. I'm not a watercolor person. I like dark colors, I like rich colors, and I like to get messy. So, let's get started. We're going to do first a color wash. I use these nylon acrylic brushes. They do die after a while. They're cheap. You get them at Walmart's. They're craft brushes. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, anywhere you want. A 1-inch brush is nice if you want to use cover a lot of area. So, like I said, we're going to try this cute little set from the dollar store. I've been experimenting with it. This is some pink. Ooh, and it comes out. That's a nice color. The thing about watercolors, it's okay to let them dry in the pan, because later on you'll put more water in them and it will come alive. So let's give this some water and a wash. A wash is a very light color, a light covering of color. So you don't need a lot of water, you don't need a lot of paint. It depends on how much color you want. I can make it quite pale, or I can make it very, very strong. So, for one page, that might be all that you want to do. One of the things I recommended online was to test out some of your pens, see what happens when you put water on them. So, I'm just taking the selection of pens I have on my desk, and I'm going to write some ABCs here. And I'm going to say that this is the purple pen, because I don't know who makes it. It's something I picked up. I steal pens everywhere I go. Here is a Sharpie. Let's see what happens when we paint over a Sharpie. And you can make some little doodles if you like. One thing about doodling, you make a shape. You add some depth to it. And cover it in between. That looks like a donut with sprinkles. Let's see what else we have. Here is a super Crayola tip. So this is another marker, Crayola marker. Oh, it's very watery. We'll see what happens when I hit that with water. Where's my favorite pens? Here's a pencil that has no lead in it. I guess oh, here we go. Pencil. 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 See what happens when we hit that with pencil. Here's my regular writing pen. These are Bic Atlantis. I buy them by a box. They're cushions. So let's see what happens with the big Bic. All right. So I've got some different